Hey guys, today I have a highly requested, very sought after video. I'm going to be reviewing the Esembly line of diapers. I have the size 1 for the little babies, the size 2 for the more toddler size. I have a Wetbag, the diaper cream, also the little like overnight boosters. I tried the washing powder, so I've tried several different Esembly things, and I am here today to tell you all about my experience with them. So let's hop right in. Now I do want to let you know right off the bat, I bought the inners and the outers and the nighttime little boosters with my own money on my own from Green Maternity, and then Melanie at Green Maternity actually sent me the Wetbag, the cream, and the washing powder. So just FYI, you can buy Esembly stuff at green-maternity.com. Some of the stuff I have bought and some of the stuff they have sent to me. So let's hop right in, and I'm going to show you a little breakdown on what this guy looks like inside. So here is the size 1. I have the outer, the cover part, and the inner, which is a fitted diaper inside. The size 2 is exactly the same, it's just bigger. So I'm just going to show you the breakdown here on the smaller guy. So let's take out the inner part and only talk about the cover for right now. So you can see it's a double layer PUL. You have like a cutesy little print on the inside. You're pretty solid on the outside. So you've got 2 layers of the waterproof material. And it's really just a simple little cover. You have 2 vertical snaps where you come in and snap it, well I guess snap it onto baby wherever you need it to be, instead of a disposable diaper where you're using like the little like magic tape across. You're using snaps here to secure it on baby. You have the elastic at the top and at the front, on the front and the back, so you're keeping in any blowout situations. Elastic on the legs, of course, and you can see that's how tiny the legs get here for the newborn days, and how small the waist can get for the newborns if you snap it as close as possible. But yeah, you have single leg gussets here. It's a double layer, vertical snaps. Super simple little design. It all makes sense. This is the waterproof layer. So for the actual absorbent part, you can see it is stained because newborn poo will stain stuff. It's clean. It's just stained. Don't worry about that. Inside, this is your fitted diaper. So you put this on baby first to actually absorb all of the pee, and then you put the waterproof on top so baby's pants don't get wet, right? So you have horizontal snaps on the fitted here. And I do like how they color the 2 middle snaps, so you always know where you are. So you always know if you have it like, you know, over to one side or whatever, you know where the middle is on both the fitted and on the cover. You've got the elastic on the butt side, elastic on the legs to hold everything in. The front side doesn't have any elastic there, just FYI, not a big deal. And inside you have the body plus one little, I don't know what you would call it, one layer plus another layer. So you really have like 3 pieces of fabric that have all been sewn together on these little, just these little lines right here. And I do want to tell you, this bugs me a lot. Would you want to sit on something that's all like crumpled up in here? Like, it's really hard to lay flat. It's just annoying when it comes out of the wash. It just doesn't seem like something comfortable. I don't know why they did it this way instead of just like sewing these inserts into the butt side. I don't know why they sewed it all together like this. So it can get washed out easily. You know, it's not totally sewn together. Like if you sewed it all the way around the edges, this would be super thick and it would take a long time to dry because it'd be so thick. So they sewed it only in a couple of places so that it can get washed more easily and get in the dryer, clean it out, or dry it out in the dryer a little bit more easily, more quickly. But it gets all crumply and annoying, honestly. It like super duper bugs me. If I were a baby, I would not want to lay on this because it never lays flat. It's just like all crumply here. So yeah, just like right off the bat, I'm gonna say I totally like the cover much more than I like this fitted. I love the concept though. I love this super simple system of using a fitted with a cover. It makes sense, you know? It's almost like if you are coming from the mindset of only really being familiar with disposable diapers, this makes sense. It's pretty much like putting on 2 diapers. You're putting on this and then you're putting on this. Not a big deal. It all just works well. I like the concept. I really like the marketing that Esembly is doing. I feel like they're trying to reach out to people who really don't even know that cloth diapering is an option, which I think is very cool. But I just think that the fitted could totally have improvements, and there are just better options for fitted diapers out there, such as, like, I know Nikki's Diapers has some cotton fitteds. Oh So Cozy has cotton fitteds. My favorite are Green Mountain Diaper workhorses. I love those. There are just lots of other options for a fitted diaper, which just means this style of, you know, it looks like a diaper, but it's a cloth diaper. This is called a fitted diaper because it's, you know, all the absorbent stuff is all fitted around baby. And then this is the cover part. I do like the covers, but I feel like there are just better options for fitteds out there, honestly. And I do just want to say, because of all of this getting all scrunched up in the wash and in the dryer and stuff, sometimes it does not get as clean as it needs to. And whenever I have fitteds that, like my workhorses, where the inside tongue style insert is just sewn into the back, it gets so much cleaner than this guy gets, because this gets all crumpled up when it's in the wash, and so the water can't get to it very well and clean it out super well. So let me show you what I'm talking about on a fitted diaper that I actually like. This is the Green Mountain Diapers Cloth Ease brand of workhorse fitteds. It still has the snaps, it has horizontal snaps on there, and it opens up, and instead of this being, this little insert being like sewn in a couple places, it's just sewn right here on the back. So it gets nice and clean in the wash. It doesn't get all folded up and stuck together. It just gets clean. It works just as well. I love these little fitteds. I think these little Green Mountain Diapers ones are awesome, and I would totally recommend using this along with the Esembly cover if you want to do that. I just am not a big fan of the Esembly insert, the fitted diaper that goes inside, the absorbent part. Not a fan. Okay, let's move on from that though and talk about something else. Okay, next let's talk about the covers. They are super soft, flexible, comfy feeling, you know, not bulky, not stiff. They're just really nice and flexible. If I were going to be a baby wearing a cover, this is the kind of cover I would want because it feels nice and comfortable. So this is a nice little cover. I've enjoyed using it. I think it's really nice. I do want to mention one thing though. This cover does not have any rise snaps, and let me show you what I'm talking about with that. This is a Diaper Right brand cover, and it has rise snaps on here. So you can see it has snaps for the waist. You can snap it onto baby's waist, but then it also has these extra snaps here, and those are called rise snaps, and you can snap those down to make the fit a little bit smaller. And I think that Esembly could have really benefited from that, and I don't really understand why they didn't add rise snaps. I assume it's because they're trying to market toward people who are very new to cloth diapering and don't want to make things too complicated. So they don't want to add extra snaps that are going to confuse people or make people wonder which things they should be snapping to which things. That's the only thing I can kind of think of a reason why they wouldn't add rise snaps to it. But my baby would have definitely benefited from rise snaps. Barret was born at 7 pounds, 7 ounces, a very average size baby, and this little system is supposed to fit at 7 pounds. But it was a little bit big in those early first 2 weeks. So to me, if you have an averagey sized baby, it's not really going to fit perfectly inside of this newborn size 1 system from Esembly. And that bums me out. If they would have added some rise snaps, you could have made it just a teensy bit smaller, and it would have closed up the legs a little bit and just let everything fit a little bit better, because Barret was definitely, you know, he definitely had a gap on the legs with the fitted, definitely with the fitted, and just a little gap here in the legs with the cover in those first like 2 weeks before they really start like putting on weight. I would say the fit really didn't get perfect until he was about 9 pounds. Now I will say the fitted was totally enough absorbency for Barret. He never totally saturated this with pee or leaked because it was full of pee. The absorbency, the amount of fabric inside the diaper to hold the pee, was perfect, a perfect amount. It wasn't too bulky. It's actually a very trim diaper. You know, it's not too big and fluffy on baby's butt. And actually Barret is right now a little over 3 months old, and this is still fitting him. He's very, very close to outgrowing the fitted diaper, but on the cover, he still has a couple of snaps left to go in the waist. So they're both fitting him really well. So even though it was a little bit big for a 7-pound, 7-ounce baby in those first couple of weeks, it's lasted to the 3-month mark, which is a very good amount of time to make newborn diapers last, if you ask me. Now, one thing that kind of worries me about this system with Esembly's marketing, trying to get at people who only really knew about disposable diapers, they want to bring in people who use disposable diapers, of course, and try to get them on the cloth train, the cloth bandwagon. It worries me that someone who is brand new to cloth thinks that Esembly is the only system out there, and they try it and they hate how this doesn't get really clean in the wash, and they say, F it, I'm not doing cloth. If this is all the cloth community has to offer me, I don't want to mess with it. And I could totally see that happening to someone who is, a fresh, brand new mom, already stressed out with all of the things that come with having a newborn tiny person living with you, and then trying out cloth diapers and the diaper's not getting very clean because of the construction of the fitted, and then just giving up and quitting. That worries me. It does make me happy that Esembly is reaching out to people who would otherwise be using disposables, but what if somebody comes to Esembly, tries it, doesn't like it, and then just goes right back to disposables, because they think that's all that's out there in the cloth community? That's frustrating. I wish that Esembly had a couple different options, so people could try different things, but I'm not in charge of that. I'm just giving my thoughts. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about these little boosters that go inside, I guess. Now, one thing that kind of worries me about this system with Esembly's marketing, trying to get at people who only really knew about disposable diapers, they want to bring in people who use disposable diapers, of course, and try to get them on the cloth train, the cloth bandwagon. It worries me that someone who is brand new to cloth thinks that Esembly is the only system out there, and they try it and they hate how this doesn't get really clean in the wash, and they say, F it, I'm not doing cloth. If this is all the cloth community has to offer me, I don't want to mess with it. And I could totally see that happening to someone who is, a fresh, brand new mom, already stressed out with all of the things that come with having a newborn tiny person living with you, and then trying out cloth diapers and the diaper's not getting very clean because of the construction of the fitted, and then just giving up and quitting. That worries me. It does make me happy that Esembly is reaching out to people who would otherwise be using disposables, but what if somebody comes to Esembly, tries it, doesn't like it, and then just goes right back to disposables, because they think that's all that's out there in the cloth community? That's frustrating. I wish that Esembly had a couple different options, so people could try different things, but I'm not in charge of that. I'm just giving my thoughts. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about these little boosters that go inside, I guess. So these are the little overnight doublers. You really don't need it for a newborn. If baby is fitting into this fitted diaper, they're probably not going to need an extra little booster in there. Like I said, the absorbency has been totally fine for our baby Barret. So they are a little bit big for inside of these size 1 fitteds, but like I said, you're probably not going to need it in there. You're going to want it once baby is fitting into the bigger size. So once baby is fitting into this bigger size, you can lay down this little extra insert inside, and it has a stay dry layer on top. So when baby pees, the moisture goes through that layer and absorbs into the rest of the diaper, so baby doesn't have super soaking wet fabric on their skin overnight. When baby is actually sleeping through the night and stuff, and they have this diaper on for 7 hours or whatever, you don't want baby to just be sitting in dampness. Some babies are super sensitive to it and just are not comfortable. So you have the stay dry layer here that's going to help make baby feel a little bit more comfortable, as well as a little bit extra absorbency in case baby is, they're gonna pee a lot more if they're going overnight, right? That's the whole concept behind this. So like I said, my baby Barret is only 3 months old, so I don't know whether or not this would hold enough absorbency for, let's say, a 1-year-old or whatever, whoever's sleeping through the night. But yeah, that's just an option for you to add a little bit of extra absorbency. Now, since Barret was starting to outgrow this fitted, the size 1, I tried on the size 2 on him and the size 2 cover, which I honestly did not expect to fit on him. So he is 15.5 pounds right now, and these are supposed to go from 18 to 35. So at 15.5 pounds, I really did not expect him to be able to fit into this 18-pound plus system, but surprisingly, it's a pretty okay fit on him, actually. The only thing that kind of bugs me is that when I put it on him, you can kind of see the fitted a little bit, like right here in the little corner of where it overlaps there. Once again, I just think that this would totally benefit from some rise snaps to be able to make it just a teensy bit tinier on the rise setting, you know, through the crotch and everything, just to lift it up a little bit so it's not so, I want to call it like baggy, kind of baggy, you know, like it's just kind of big. So I figured, you know, if he's starting to outgrow this, he needs to smoothly transition into this. That's the whole point of having a 2-size system. And it's pretty close on here. Now, since Barret was starting to outgrow this fitted, the size 1, I tried on the size 2 on him and the size 2 cover, which I honestly did not expect to fit on him. So he is 15.5 pounds right now, and these are supposed to go from 18 to 35. So at 15.5 pounds, I really did not expect him to be able to fit into this 18-pound plus system, but surprisingly, it's a pretty okay fit on him, actually. The only thing that kind of bugs me is that when I put it on him, you can kind of see the fitted a little bit, like right here in the little corner of where it overlaps there. Once again, I just think that this would totally benefit from some rise snaps to be able to make it just a teensy bit tinier on the rise setting, you know, through the crotch and everything, just to lift it up a little bit so it's not so, I want to call it like baggy, kind of baggy, you know, like it's just kind of big. So I figured, you know, if he's starting to outgrow this, he needs to smoothly transition into this. That's the whole point of having a 2-size system. And it's pretty close on here. Now, I do want to mention something. I know I said in those first 2 weeks, the fitted was very loose in the legs on baby and a little bit loose in the legs with the cover. So the cool thing about a fitted diaper with a cover system, this style of system, is that this is going to hold in the poo super duper well. And if the poo happens to just barely, you know, just kind of leak out of this, the cover is like your extra super blowout proof layer that's going to prevent it from getting on baby's clothes. So newborn baby poo is super liquidy and gross and runny and gets everywhere. It's really nice to have a fitted diaper plus a cover that is totally going to save you from any kind of blowouts. I have not experienced any blowouts with this system on Barret, this particular Esembly system, or any other kind of fitted system that I have used. It has worked totally fine with the newborn poo. So if you are a new mom and that is like your biggest fear, to have to deal with newborn poo escaping onto baby's clothes, it's just not gonna happen with a system like this. I mean, you know, anything can happen, but it's super not gonna, like, compared to disposables, no big deal at all. And I do want to mention, if you are a new mommy and you're totally new to cloth, when you have a newborn breastfeed exclusive poo, you do not have to spray it out in the toilet. You don't have to rinse it out in the sink or whatever. You just throw it straight into the wash like all of the wet diapers. You don't have to do anything to it beforehand. Breastfed poo, and I've even heard formula fed poo, is all water soluble, so it will go through the washing machine totally fine. You don't have to do any rinsing beforehand. But once baby starts eating baby food, then you have to start spraying it out. Okay, so that's about all I had to say about the diapers themselves. Let's move on to the other things. So I did try their washing powder, their, laundry detergent, and I thought it was awesome. It was really nice. And they had very clear instructions on the back. They want you to do like a small wash with 1 scoop of the powder and then do a bigger wash with 2 scoops of the powder, which I think is a great way to describe cloth diaper laundry in the first place. Sometimes that can be kind of overwhelming for people who are totally new to cloth diaper laundry. I always like to do a little wash with a little bit of detergent and then do a big wash with a regular amount of detergent. That's always been my kind of go-to since I have gotten a, energy efficient washer. That's what we do here. So I think it's really nice that on the packaging it tells you straight up how to do your diaper laundry, which is very helpful. So yeah, I liked the washing powder. I thought it was super awesome. Next, let's talk about this rash relief cream. I will let you know it has zinc oxide at 14% in there. And like 12 to 16% I think is a very nice maintenance diaper cream. If baby actually has a bad rash, you probably need a higher percentage of the zinc oxide to make a really good barrier. But in order to prevent rashes, this is the perfect kind of cream for that. So I like to apply rash cream like the first month of baby's life. I applied it at every single diaper change because new babies and their super sensitive little skin, plus the fact that they poop at every single diaper change, their poor little butt is, in contact with the poo so much. It's just really nice to have a protective little barrier on there just to help them feel a little bit more comfortable. So I would apply rash cream at every diaper change the first month, and then baby starts to poo less often, maybe just a few times a day instead of every single diaper change. And then I would just apply it at the poopy diapers. So if you had a poopy diaper, clean all the poop off, getting a new diaper, and then I would apply a little bit of this cream just as a maintenance, so that baby doesn't get a rash, right? That's how I use rash cream anyway, when it's like a lower zinc oxide percentage. So yeah, this stuff worked totally fine. We have enjoyed using it. We still have plenty of it to go, and we use it at every poopy diaper change. So the last item I have here is a big wet bag. This is where you can store your dirty diapers before wash time, before laundry time. So you can see it has a nice little strap up here. You can put that on a doorknob in the bathroom or wherever. You can hang it on a hook on the wall next to the diaper changing area or whatever. It is a super roomy big bag. You can hold a ton of diapers in here, and it has this elastic little pole at the top. So if you have to do laundry, you have to take laundry somewhere to go and do your laundry, or if you're on vacation or something and you want to have this all closed up, you can do that and totally secure up this bag. Otherwise, you just keep it open and throw your diapers in as needed. My husband really likes this bag. He likes the design of having the elastic in the top to keep everything kind of hidden away. I think it's fine during the day for adding diapers into, but when it comes to laundry day and I have to, push all the diapers out through this hole, it gets kind of annoying, honestly. But that's only, the 1 minute that I take to empty it out into the laundry basket, it kind of bugs me. But during the day, I like how it's kind of all cinched up. I don't know what I like about it, but it's really nice to be able to have your diapers all contained in here, and you're not going to see any of them or anything. Now you may be thinking, I would like that stretchy hole because it would keep the smelly diapers away. Honestly, newborn cloth diapers don't smell like anything. Seriously. If you are doing laundry every other day and not letting them sit for a long amount of time, they're not gonna smell like anything. I remember the smell of disposables. I used disposables on my first baby when he was a newborn. That smell is so much worse than any smell you could get from cloth diaper laundry with a newborn, honestly. The only time you're gonna get smell with cloth diapers is if you are waiting way too long to do your laundry. I would not go more than 3 days. I try to do every other day, every day and a half or so, especially in the newborn days because my baby's just going through a million freaking diapers. But every other day, you are not gonna have any problems with smell. So no, this elastic band is not to keep smell in. That's not a problem. Okay, so those are all of my thoughts on the Esembly things that I have tried. Thank you to Green Maternity for sending me a few of these items. As you can see, it's totally 100% honest. These are all my real opinions. Some stuff I liked, some stuff I didn't like, so I hope you at least kind of learned something from today's video. So let us know if you have tried out any of the Esembly items and what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Let me know what you are looking forward to trying from the brand, and don't forget to check out green-maternity.com in case you guys are interested in purchasing from the sweetest Melanie where I got some of my products. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!